Hello, everyone. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Megan.
We are Untitled Network, brought to you here at Infinity Flux in Hickson, Tennessee. And what can you get at Infinity Flux?
Comic books!
Yes,
And
yeah.
games!
Granted, that's Man-Eaters number 2. Yeah, feel
Yes,
free
it
to
is.
show it again because that's one of the talked about covers. And this one is just as good.
You can get.
Yeah. So Man-Eaters number 3 just came out. We're actually airing this Wednesday, so it was today.
Mm-hmm.
Really neat book.
Yes.
I was really impressed with this book because the first 2 issues did character building and introducing us to everything and the world in general. And the first couple of pages of this one did that, and then they're like, it's time to have some fun.
Yeah, major forward progression and some unexpected things, along with a lot of the same awesome just marketing and fun stuff they have in there, hence these water bottles.
Yeah, there's these, like, I'm going to give Megan, like, major props on this because this is actually the water that they have in the comic book, and they have these little printout labels
at the back of the book. Yeah, that's one really cool thing about Man-Eaters is they have these neat like things you can play with. I love when a comic can do that. I just connect with their audience in that way. All the ads are fake ads, and this one definitely has a lot to do with the book.
Yeah, it's like in-universe stuff that you can have. And they actually, like in the back of the book, they're like, hey, you could print out your own labels at home and put it on water and make it look like you're in the Man-Eaters universe. This is really a marketing opportunity.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like, especially if this book just takes off like I think that it's going to.
Man, how cool would it be? I was thinking if the pub was already opened, I would love to like talk to them and be like, hey, can we like stock this on the shelves?
That would be great. So let's, I guess to talk about the book, we could start by talking about Estropop.
Yeah, sure.
Like an Estropop commercial.
So this is the first time I've really done this with you. So how much can we do spoilers? Can we just launch
We're going to
it?
do like some basic stuff at the beginning,
okay.
And then I'll be like, okay, spoilers from here on out. Leave if you don't want any. But yeah, I just don't want to give away the ending of the book at the first part. But yeah, this book or this drink is water. In the book, the water supply, the municipalities and everything, put chemicals into the water to stop menstruation. And only the boys get to drink the bottled
pure water, yes.
And because I guess it has...
I think based on what I've seen with the ads, like the water... I guess this water would be pure. There's no estrogen in it. There's no weird chemicals in it. It's because I remember an ad for the back of number 1. I think it was drink Estro Pure. Your boys need hair on their chest. If they're drinking the stuff out of the fountains, then they're basically not going to develop. So this make sure your boys stay boys in all the senses.
Now in the actual. In the book this month, they're in like a sex ed class, and
everybody's worst nightmare and some, when you're a kid.
Well, they add to it in the books in this universe. It's like, oh, part of the thing of women, is body hair and growing breasts, and they turn into giant cats.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. And so, of course, you have like the snickering kids and stuff.
I love the way that it's written. It feels like you are actually these are real kids. It makes you feel that way. The comments are just really funny and it doesn't feel contrived. It's just like, wow, I can't believe they said that, and that's something that a real jerk kid would actually say and be snickering in the back. So.
Oh yeah. Now I will say, just in a nutshell, this book it was like super awesome this month. We've really enjoyed the first 2 issues, but this one is like, it almost feels like we're getting close to season finale time.
Yeah.
in a
It's
TV show.
It's the climax. It's like, okay, something's going on.
So we're going to go ahead and just, I say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this book like a 9. It's not like, earth-shattering, awesome events just yet. So we're not into like 10 and 11 territory.
Right.
But me personally, it's a solid 9 for me.
Yeah. I mean, I have nothing negative to say about the book. I think it's easy for me to sell because it's got interactive stuff like this. The creators obviously care about the content they're putting in. It feels like they're having fun doing it, and it just oozes off the page. So if you just feel like having fun and you like satirical comics, it's for you.
This is also one of those books that you can read 2 or 3 times and probably catch something new every time.
Absolutely.
So spoilers from here on out. If you don't want this book spoiled, because we are releasing this very early on Wednesday, leave now or forever hold your peace. Okay, spoiler territory, you've been warned. In this book, the main character, Maud is her name, she actually goes into like the boys' lounge.
I guess it's their lounge. So at this school, the boys have a separate lounge from the girls, so it seems. They do. And in the boys' lounge, you can get pure water. And the boys get really upset about it. They're like, get out of here. It's funny, like the boys are upset that they're drinking the boys' water and that they're in their territory, but you can tell that they're scared of the girls. They just had the sex ed class.
Yeah.
They've learned that girls are, have this potential dangerous thing inside of them. And so while they're saying, get out of here, you can see the hesitancy in them. They're scared.
She goes in there with basically like a roll of quarters and just buys all of the estropop that she can carry. And, I'm like, because, they're like, oh, you can't have that. You can't have it. But she takes it anyway, and then come to find out what she's doing is she's giving it to all of her friends.
Yeah.
And they are drinking pure water without the anti-cat chemicals.
Yeah, no, she even says at a certain point, like, all those chemicals can't be good for us, kind of echoing what a lot of us feel right now. Like, what are we consuming? What are we putting in our bodies? Is what we're given, totally good for us just because it's given by authority? No. So, yeah, she's hoarding these bottles and giving them not just for herself, not just is she drinking it and deciding she's not going to drink the government water, but giving it to her friends as well, it seems. I thought, I like how they said it didn't start out as a plan, but it ended up as one, so.
And I'll say the solicitation for, I think number 5 maybe, I saw not long ago. It was like, females versus the patriarchy. So apparently they're getting like a little, I'm so just dying to know where this is going to go, because it's almost like they're getting together like a little team, but at the same time, you're led to believe that when they turn into these giant cats, that they just kill everybody.
Right.
But at the same time, maybe if a group of them get together, they can communicate.
Right.
So I don't.
And who knows? Like, because we've only been hearing what all these, government handouts have been telling them, and what the media has been saying. We don't actually know.
That's true.
If this is the actual villain here.
We've actually just been fed propaganda, and that's what I've been basing all of my assumptions on. Wow! Holy crap!
Fan theory.
Thanks for thickening the plot for me. This was completely unplanned. I'm just saying that I really haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
Because we haven't actually seen a cat in action yet.
No, I don't think so.
We kind of have, but we've never seen the cat in action from the point of view of the cat.
Exactly. We don't know. We don't have the full story. So, yeah.
And I'm wondering, they did have that little flashback or whatever where she's telling the stories in the very first issue, where the girl becomes the cat and then kills her family.
Yeah. Even
like her little sister. We don't know if that actually happened or not.
Right. Yeah.
That's just a story that she's telling.
I wouldn't be surprised with how rich the what do you call it? So like supplemental and extra media stuff they have on here.
Yeah, they really go out of their way to just paint the cats as bad.
Right. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, I actually kind of applaud that. So.
Oh my God! Like, I'm
Your
I'm
your mind is
impressed
blown.
with the.
I do have a master's degree in English, so it is useful occasionally for these sorts of things.
God, you know, if that ends up being the case, I'm gonna look back at this video. I'm like, holy crap, she called it. She freaking called it. So, okay, I'm. You know, believe it or not, I love the parts with the girl at school and everything so much that I almost forget what happens with the adults in the story.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
You get carried away.
Yeah, the adult stuff was still really good. I just have a hard time grasping it like I do the younger stuff, which is weird because I'm a dude in my 30s.
I don't think it's weird. You know, when you're a kid, things are so much more intense. Things feel you're being fed so much stuff. When you get older, you know, and they kind of even do a little throwback to or do a little shout out to that. When you get older, people start to disregard you. People think that you've stopped developing, you've stopped maturing, your mind stops, you know, expanding. So it makes sense that the kids, we get to see more of what's bombarding them constantly. And in this, it's the whole thing of the sex ed class. So
I also want to know, you actually see in the book, or maybe it's a chart or something. It's like it shows the stages of a female. And it's like baby, toddler.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, like tween, teen, killer cat, adult, middle age, old.
Old, yeah.
It makes me wonder, do women have to drink this water their entire lives for fear of becoming a cat?
It seemed like it said 2 glasses a day at a certain point that I was reading. I'm trying to find it in here. But I know, I don't know when, let's see.
There's a lot of literature in this book.
Yeah, there really is. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so girls and women who consume even 2 glasses of water a day reduce their chance of menstruation by 99.9%.
Yeah.
So girls. So, yeah, probably not when you're a baby, but when you become like a tween. And especially a teen, so.
They probably, just to be safe, once you hit 7, 8 years old, you're starting to drink tap water like it's going out of style. Because I know if I was a parent, I would be like, you know what, we're just going to keep some tap. Right? This is for you.
Sprinkle it like holy water.
Yeah, because, oh God, I couldn't imagine like being scared of your kid like that.
Yeah.
Just knowing that they could turn into a giant killer panther. Or so we think.
Yeah. So much of this, and it's funny to hear you say that, it feels like it's just a parallel or a commentary on how we feel about babies and certain stages of our lives. Because you said you're afraid that, you know, what this baby could turn into, what this thing could turn into one day. But, I mean, I think we feel that on some level when, like, your infant is crying, screaming its head off in a supermarket for 30 minutes straight. You feel like that thing is a monster betraying you, you know? And I thought it was interesting. When they're, you know, going through the sex ed class and making it seem so fearful, injecting this fear into these kids about what will happen. I think that a lot of that same fear, I think a lot of girls feel when they're around that age, when that stuff is happening. It feels scary. It feels like something you can't talk about. And you hear about all these horrible symptoms, and I don't know, it feels so separate from you, and it feels really scary. And I think people are experiencing a similar fear with that.
And that's why I want this to be a regular thing with you and I doing these reviews on this, because number one, it's one of my favorite books, but at the same time, you don't really want to take the 35-year-old dude's word on a story about prepubescent girls.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm like, hey, let's bring Megan in. She'll like this book. And sure enough, we've really come to agree on it.
I do really like it. I wish my niece was a little older and that this is something we could read together. But maybe I'll keep a trade for her later on.
That trade's coming out in what, March?
That makes sense. So.
All right, first 5 issues. So anyway, you agree with me on the 9 out of 10?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, that is it. Be sure to pick up Man Eaters #3, 2 different covers. I haven't actually seen both of them yet.
I think the other one is going to look like that one, except it's going to have some stickers on it.
Yeah. It does look really good.
Mm-hmm.
That just look for something that looks like that on the screen in the middle. Yeah. No, that is not a poster behind us. That is a graphic, which actually looks kind of neat. Okay, so yeah, pick that up. It's out today at Infinity Flux in Hickson or wherever your local comics are sold.
Yep.
I'm Lonnie.
Megan.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux in Hickson, Tennessee, and your local Satanist. Thanks for watching this review of Man Eaters #3.